G'day, I'm Granger from Goulburn, New South Wales. We run 3 properties in this local district, mainly wool and meat enterprise. This property here is Granger. It's made up of merino and crossbred ewes. We run about 12,000 sheep across the 3 properties. Bought the Te Pari Sheep Jetter 2 years ago. A big part of why I bought the Jetter was labour costs with the pour-on backlines, very labour intensive and quite expensive. I found the Jetter to have some good rotations for different chemicals, which is something that we're pretty cautious of, is making sure that we rotate our products as much as we can just to cut down the risks of resistance. Basically having the Jetter, we've been able to do that. But yes, also the big one has definitely been labour. You know, it's very easy and quick to move the sheep through when needed. The slowest part is getting the stock in and keeping the water up to the jetting unit, but basically if the setup's right, as quick as the sheep can flow single file through the units, that's about as hard as the job is. Typically, if the mob sizes are quite large and we have the sheep here to run through, we can do roughly 2,000 sheep an hour. But yeah, the hardest part's keeping the water up to them. Generally we have to do a fill up and things like that during that time. So, but yeah, that's pretty easily 2,000 an hour when everything's flowing well. I first seen the Te Pari Jetter at a field day a couple of years ago. I researched a few different Jetters at the time, but decided to go with the Te Pari, being a fairly well-known brand. Also got a sheep handler. When I was deciding to buy the jetting unit, I worked out basically the cost of the pour-on backlines for fly control, and what really sold me on buying the unit. But I was basically able to save about $16,000 in that first 12 months from the pour-on backlines versus the jetting fluid. So effectively the jetting unit paid for itself within 12 months, and I was actually in front. So that, yeah, pretty much made me go out and buy it straight away. Didn't really see too many demos or anything like that, but straight away it was saving money, so that was a big part as to why I was very keen to buy a jetting unit that year. Basically, we are a family-run business. It's my father, wife and myself, and one casual employee, so the labour side of things has been a really big saver for me. We can comfortably get through jetting on our own without having to outsource too much off-farm employees. That's saved a lot versus the pour-ons, which are very, in my opinion, can be quite labour intensive and slow trying to get through a few numbers. So that's been a really big saver for us as well. I would recommend the Te Pari Jetter to anybody looking for something of this style. It's very easy to use. Since we've had it, it's saving me a lot of time. Having the ability to jet both up the sides and on the bellies, something that you're really not able to do with a pour-on. It's just made the fly control season a lot more manageable, and from a cost perspective, it's something that, with the rotations of chemical, cheaper jetting fluids and those types of things, it's certainly something that ends up paying for itself on most scales of operations, and we've found it really good.